So this is the boys section of kennels, and actually on the outside kennel here is Holly, and we got Holly as a 4-year-old, and she had never ran until then, so that was when she started running. She's never raced, but she is the mother, the grandmother, and the great-grandmother of our 3 litters. And even at 12, she's still a little feisty. She does still like to play with the kids in the play yard. And then going on to the boys here, and the first kennel on the left is Orbit. And Orbit's my buddy. And we picked Orbit to be the father of the 3rd litter. He's got the best structure here. I just love the way he looks. And he's also our fastest dog, or at least until he had the kids, and now they can keep up with him. And he turns 3 in April, and unfortunately we just didn't get to do as much with him as we would have liked in the last couple of years. So he's great on the gangline. He did get to do some leading. He looks really good leading with Bounder. He just doesn't have the practice in yet, but I think he'll do just fine. We just need to get him a little bit more practice. And he's been a great dad, just loves his kids, and he's really good with them. He's been good with them since they were really young, so he's a great dad. Yes. And across from him is one of his sons. This is Cree. Come on, Cree. Cree was the biggest pup out of that 3rd litter, and so that allowed us to use him in wheels, so he got some wheel time this year, training for his first year on the gangline with his siblings. He showed at a young age that he can handle new situations really well, so I figured he'd be a good lead dog, and he did get some lead time. He did really well with it. He just needs more time up there to learn. And Cree's a really sweet boy. He's a really sweet dog. Yeah. And next to Cree is his brother Apache. It's the 5th pup in the 3rd litter. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Good boy. And kind of the same story here. Apache did really well on the gangline. He has some wheel time in. He has some lead time in. He just needs more of it. And if there was any pup out of this litter I had some apprehensions about, just wasn't sure how they would do as compared to the others. It was Apache, but he proved me wrong. He went forward on his first run and forward on his first lead. He's kind of the fun guy in the play yard. So a little bit feistier than he is on the gangline. He's the one to watch in the yard. He likes to play tricks. Huh? Yeah, it's a good boy. Across from Apache is his Uncle Eagle. Come on, Eagle. So Eagle is, he turned 3 in January, and we got him when he was a little pup. I had to have this dog. He is a half-brother to our 2nd litter, so he has the same father as them. And Eagle, we just didn't get to do as much with him in the last couple years that I would have liked, but he is born to run. He's a total maniac on the dog, at the dog truck, harnessing, and the drop chain. So often he gets left in the truck to the last minute. We pull him out, we harness him quickly, we hook him up quickly, and we go. And then once we're gone, he's just fantastic. Head down, tail down, and he just goes. He's settles into a great trot really fast. and he just stays there. I have no idea what the potential of this dog is. Seems like he could just go forever. He did do some lead work this year. Hope to get him out for some more. I think he'll do just fine up there. He goes forward well, so we just need to get him a little bit more training. Yeah. And Anna, I didn't mention, is much the same way. So this year I ran 2 teams and purposely made sure that Eagle and Anna were on separate teams so that we only had to deal with one crazy dog at a time. And next to Eagle is his half-brother Bounder. Come on, Bounder. Come on. Bounder. Come on. He was out earlier. Bounder, come on. Good boy. There we go. Good boy. Can you come up here? Good boy. Bounder is one of my main leaders. He's the biggest dog on the team. So, of course, he started off in wheel, did really well. And then the next year he matured really nicely and found out he also had lead ability. Once he learned the commands, he took off with them. He did really well. Much like Looker. Him and Looker are very similar. They're kind of 2 peas in the pod. I often put them together, and it's hard to tell them apart sometimes. So he did really good teaching this year as a leader. And he looked great with Orbit, as I mentioned earlier. And I often put him with Drew, too. Now, Drew's the smallest dog on the team. Bounder's the largest. They kind of look a little funny together, but they work really well together. So they're a sure team when you put them together. It's a good boy. And then next to Bounder is his uncle Tundra. And Tundra is the only boy from our first litter. And so he turned 8 this month. And this has been my rock of a dog. He's usually right in front of me in wheel, although he is also my backup leader. So he can do both. I rely on him as he's just kind of the old guy right there with me helping out with the young kids. This year I'm not quite sure where to put Tundra. We're going to see how he does. He's never been a problem, so it's not that I'm thinking he's going to be a problem. But I don't know if we'll see if it's time to retire him or not. If not, I'll be running a pretty big team, and I will have to eliminate more dogs when it comes to race time. So there's a big question mark on Tundra. Otherwise, this is a great dog. He's just been great for me the whole time I've had him. He's been very reliable. Good boy. He's a good dog, too. And then these last 3 kennels have our rec team dogs, our old rec team dogs. These dogs are all now retired, but this is Poe. And then back there is Mackenzie. And then over here is Comet. These dogs are all in the double-digit age group and have retired. They haven't ran in a couple of years. And so that's the boys section.